it is 5 Fact Friday. It is pretty early in the morning, and I'm a little proud of myself because usually I wait until like 4 p.m. to film 5 Fact Friday, and I'm freaking out. But I'm going to my grandmom's house today to do her roots, so I'm up pretty early to get this done, so I won't worry about it because I don't like to disappoint you guys. And on that note, over the last weekend, between this 5 Fact Friday and last 5 Fact Friday, this channel hit 50,000 subscribers, which is all you guys, and I think that's awesome. I'm still trying to learn how to bridge the gap between having people who subscribe to me and having people who watch my videos, but other than that, these people are tuned in for something, and I think that's super exciting. So congratulations to you guys. If you missed my Instagram post, if you don't follow me on Instagram, which is just Qqcknd, spelled out, no numbers or dashes. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my heartfelt post all about hitting 50,000. I said in the post that it was really all an effort from you guys because I have a hard time hashtagging my videos, hashtagging myself on Instagram. I don't do a lot of like self-promotion. I've never done a collaboration video with anybody. So I think that all of the growth was completely organic, completely from you guys sharing videos with one another. I get a ton of messages on Snapchat and even on here like, hey, making my friend watch your video. She's about to get a tattoo. My friend is moving to Philly. I recommended your channel. Vegan recipes. Like, I think all of the growth has been because of you guys just tuning in. You guys who have been with me from the beginning, you're amazing, you're the best, and even if this is your very first 5 Fact Friday viewing, thank you. And yeah, you guys have been super supportive to me during my Sorry, this is the first time I've spoken today, and now a car alarm is going off. Anyway, when I took public speaking in college, I used to sing in my car before I would go to school. Not in the parking lot, like, just like on the drive there. I was really into Qcknd, and I rocked it. Really? Who has a car alarm at like 7 in the morning? That's so unfair. Right now, I am just wearing a little Lucy, and I'm not ready to tell my grandma about the tattoo because I just wanted our day to be about her and me and nothing in between. But everything so far, so good. And I have a little bow in my hair today. But, yeah. I got a couple comments about tattoo stealing, and I get it. I have a video all about the tattoos of mine that have been stolen from the internet, and I think the sentiment is pretty divided. People say, hey, if you have a tattoo I like, I should be able to get it. And other people say, you shouldn't be able to get it, and I'm on this side. And I related to one girl. You can read the message that I left, and I'm really sorry, I guess, that I left this long comment. I kind of related to her like this because she said, hey, like, it sucks because I see tattoos that I want, and I would be really flattered if someone got the same tattoo as me. So really quickly, I just relate it like this. Like, if I was a homeowner and you were my neighbor, and I loved my home, I owned it, it was everything to me, and I was like, hey, you know what? It's time to upgrade my home because I love it. And I hired an exterior designer, maybe one I found, you know, through word of mouth, or I did some research and found this exterior designer who was amazing, maybe award-winning, something like that. And I was like, I'm gonna put my money into this because it's my passion. So I hired an exterior designer. They designed the front of my house, and then I hired painters to paint the house, and I hired the best painters. I looked them up. They had the best reviews. They were recommended by the exterior designer. I paid for all the paint, everything, all of that, all my research, all my money, all the expertise of the exterior designers, all the expertise of the painters. They paint my house. It's beautiful. I love it. My neighbor comes along and is like, hey, yeah, you know what? I should have painted my house. That's a good idea. I'll paint it just like yours. Okay. And they go through your trash, and they take the extra paint that you didn't use, and they hire somebody, like a day worker, to paint your house. Maybe, you know, they're not an expert in house painting, but come on, mister! I'm telling a story! You know, and they say, hey, you see that house? Copy that house, paint it on my house. Don't nuzzle the tripod. So, you know, you walk out of your house, you just spent the last 6 months organizing everything, the house painting, the designer, the painters, all of that stuff. And you walk outside and your neighbor did it for a fraction of the price, a fraction of the effort, and maybe, you know, it's not as good, but how would that make you feel? Because, you know, my exterior, my body is me. And I did the research, I traveled to New York, I did the travel. Mark created the back tattoo, and, you know, he's been tattooing for how many years? So he developed his skill, and he put all of his effort and his imagination, his creativity and knowledge into putting all his effort into his tattoo. And then I paid for that. I commissioned him to create this piece on me. Someone from the internet comes along and they're like, I like that, I'll get that. It's fucked up. I don't know, you know? And I think the house analogy, maybe it makes sense to me because we're also building a house. But at the same time, you know, you can kind of relate it to different things, maybe. But that's the analogy I shared with the one girl because, you know, people who say it to me often don't have tattoos, and I don't want to be like, well, you don't know because you don't have any tattoos, so you don't know what it feels like. Like, I don't want to say that. It's what I'm thinking, but I just want to compare it to something that is tangible, and maybe I'll do an episode of Tattoo Talk Tuesday about it. But, oh my god, I've been talking for fucking ever. I got a message on Tumblr that was like, hey, I think you should do the Nick's Face Awards this year, and I'm actually... I was actually thinking about it too. I am going to enter. I'm going to film on Monday, my entry. I don't know if it will post on Monday because I actually have to put some editing involved, and I have this really cool makeup look, and I'm a little nervous because there's not like a ton of rules and guidelines for entering the awards. Stop it. You're such a bad cat. But I am going to enter, and I'm super excited. I'm pretty nervous. But I'm up for the challenge, I guess, and mostly I'm more excited than anything. So I just wanted to, I wouldn't say expect it on Monday, but Monday I'm filming it, so maybe it'll be on my Snapchat. As a semi-recent adult who has to pay for 100% of my own stuff, I'm always interested in how other people budget and afford their lifestyle. I notice you eat out and get coffee a lot, and sometimes I do too, and also that you like to tip, which is awesome. So I guess my question is, how much of your budget is for getting food, drink while you're out and away from home? If you don't mind discussing this, of course. I don't mind discussing this at all because I think that I'm okay at budgeting, maybe. I do get coffee every day, and I know that that like adds up, but I also only work downtown 3 days a week, and I like need that coffee to survive and like as a little mental pick-me-up. I do pack my lunch every single day though, and although you see me posting like a ton of like daily donut stuff, my coffee and donut are sometimes the only things I buy in a day. And I would say my budget does allow for that, which is about $5 a day. So $15 at the end of the week just to kind of like splurge can be a lot, but I also account for like I also like consider it a treat in my budget. And the way I budget is, I don't know if it's right, no one's ever told me, my parents never taught me how to budget. I kind of had to fail for many years miserably until I started to figure out my own thing. And my whole thing is, I keep a number in my checking account. Like, I have a checking account, and I keep a certain number in it. And I can go above that number a little bit, and I can go below that number a little bit, but it has to stay within that number. And I know people who can budget a lot better than me. My old roommate had a whole budgeting software system that she used, and it was very precise. And I Can't be too precise because I can't let money kind of rule over me and make me worry all the time. And fortunately for me, right now, 2016, money isn't something I totally worry about all the time. And there have been times in my life where I was obsessed with it. It was the only thing I thought about. When I woke up, when I fell asleep, I only thought about money. Not like, I'm rich money, but like, I hope I have enough. And I hope I can get by. So, with that kind of like money in my checking account always the same, it helps me create little kind of savings. And I have like a savings account that is attached to my bank, and I don't touch that because I don't have medical insurance. So that has to stay there, you know, in case anything terrible happens. And the last time I touched it was when I bought the Bronco, and that was $500. And like 2 years ago. So I don't really touch my savings account. I have automatic, like money automatically goes into it the way my bank is set up, like a little bit that like I wouldn't notice is missing from my checking account, but after a while it's accumulative, and I recommend everybody do that. I've been begging John to do it for years because it's nice to have money that's an emergency, especially like in the ask where it says 100% on your own. If your parents cannot help you at all, like me, or your parents come to you for help, it's always good to have a little bit of money that you don't think about or ever touch, but it is like a little bit accumulating. For the rest of my savings, clothing, tattoos, eating out, I have like cash that I keep that, you know, is separate from my bank account, so I never have to consider it in my budget. And I know this is a little unwise. When I was in beauty school, they taught me that tips are a part of your income. They're not extra money. They're your income. And I'm like, I hear you, but you know, if I have a really good tip day, I'll put $20 in my drawer, and then if I have it again, the same thing, and then, you know, after a month, that's pretty cool. So I'll kind of, I don't want to say hide money, but I'll kind of put cash away, and then I'll always have cash like in my pocket. So that is like my coffee money, those tips. But, you know, if you have a real life job where you're not given wage and tips, I would say, you know, take a little bit of money out of your paycheck each month, each week, to just have some cash in your pocket. Because me spending cash is a lot more considerate than when I'm swiping my card. So I do, you know, buy my tattoos with cash, buy my food with cash. Please don't rob me. You know, buy my clothes with cash. Everything I'm buying in real life is pretty much cash based. That way, like, when I was a kid, I would open up my wallet and be like, okay, I have $25. What can I do with $25? And then I kind of lost that as I got older, because I was like, swipe, 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 you know, overdraft fee, I'll pay it one day. But that's kind of how I budget, and it's very loose. It's very, I don't know, like on paper it sounds kind of crazy. Like, I'm going to take the train to my grandmom's and I'm going to be spending cash to go there, because that is kind of my like play around money. And then everything else goes into my bank account, and that number stays the same. And I'm not saying I don't ever spend that money. I do, but I always replace it. And then my bank account, you know, is attached to my student loans, is attached to my bills, everything like that. So I try to keep that where it is and a number that works for me. And that's how I budget. And I don't know if it's totally right, but no one ever taught me how to budget. You know, there's still a lot of things I don't know how to do. I don't know how to write a check. I really don't, like, if it doesn't have online bill pay, I have no idea what to do. So yeah, I eat out, but I also have a boyfriend, and him and I do not have a shared budget. I still have a lot of pride in the independence that I have financially, and it took me a long time to get here. And just because our relationship is working out doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're going to combine our finances, because I'm not comfortable with that. But, you know, we have little exchanges that we do, and I think living with a partner, I mean, not everybody can, but even when I had my serious roommate, you know, it would be like, you want me to grab your coffee? Okay, I'll grab your lunch, like a really nice exchange. So, you know, if John pays for the car insurance, I pay for the groceries, and that's kind of something that we have worked out. So, I don't know. I'm definitely not like whining and dining. You'll catch us at Chipotle, but John pays for Chipotle because it's a lot of food. And every time I'm like, can we eat at home? I love eating at home, by the way. That was really long. Let me know what works for you and how you guys budget, because I don't really talk about money with my friends or with anybody because I think my situation is personal and like not great, and my parents don't help me. So sometimes in a group of people in my age range who do have help from their parents or something like that, sometimes I feel discouraged talking about myself. So because people are like, But let me know what you guys think. And my final question, do you think you have to earn the right to have visible tattoos? I'm really into this, and maybe I could explore this in another Tattoo Talk Tuesday with maybe a guest star. And by guest star, I mean one of my friends. But I do not think that you have to earn any tattoos on your body at all. I don't even know what earning them means, because all of my tattoos completely hurt to receive. And isn't that earning them? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what earning them means. Like, if you're not cool enough, do you have to be in a band to have these visible tattoos? Do you have to be a total cool guy? Do you have to have financial independence or financial prosperity? Like, I don't know, your job lets you have tattoos, so now you can have visible tattoos. I think these are what people mean by earn your tattoos. And when I got my cardinal tattoo, which was my first tattoo below a quarter sleeve, actually this was my first tattoo below a quarter sleeve, but it's in the inside of the arm. I don't know, maybe no one could see it. When I got this tattoo, honestly, I had no job. I think I was working like odd jobs, I was selling art. I really don't think I had a concrete income, but I had tattoo money still. Like, I always put away a little cash. And I don't think I was in any position to earn that tattoo. I should have been looking for jobs or taking a second to tell myself, like, I might be sacrificing my ability to get a job if I get this tattoo. And I told myself, like, I want it. I wanted it for a long time. I saved up for it. It was my first tattoo by Mark Cross, who he's done almost all my tattoos at this point. And I don't know if I earned it in that sense, but, you know, I went to New York by myself. I got it. I felt like it was exactly what I wanted. And if it was my first visible tattoo, and I think anyone should be able to feel that way. Anyone should, if you want a wrist tattoo, get that wrist tattoo. If you, I don't know how I feel about face tattoos and neck tattoos on people who aren't tattooed a lot. But then again, I really don't care. Like, if you just have a neck tattoo, like, that's pretty cool that you fucking did that. And I don't think there's any earning process or fucking, I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot, but honestly, get it. It's up to the discretion of your tattoo artist, though. I fully believe that a tattoo artist has the right to say no if they do not want to tattoo you. I have been turned down for tattoos before, and that is completely fine. Everyone has that right because it is their craft and they own it. And if they do not want to give you a neck tattoo, you have no right to throw a fit. You can move on to the next person who might do it, might hear you out. But that is a tattoo artist's opinion, and it's not mine. My opinion is, if you want to get a tattoo, do it. And if you want to get a tattoo removed, remove it. If you want to get a tattoo covered, cover it. And that's exactly how I feel. I was at no position in my life to have a visible tattoo when I got one because I did not have a concrete job. I did not know where my future was going at all. I was not in beauty school at the time. I had no aspirations. I just knew how I wanted to look and how looking that way would make me feel. And that's why I got it. And that's how I feel. I think like if you have feelings like me, totally explore them. So I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys. The meetup's on the 24th. Plenty of information out there on it, but definitely leave a question down below if you have one, and I'll answer it or someone else will answer it because all you guys are really great to each other. And I love you guys. Let me know how you feel. And until next week, stay tuned for my Nix Award submission. Do you guys have to vote on that? I think you might. I don't want to make you guys vote. Bye! Hey everybody, it's Qqcknd and welcome back to 5 Fact Friday. We are just hanging out tonight, kind of comfy cozy.